I have been on this platform for a short period of time compared to most in my particular niche, but I have been following a lot of people in my niche for quite some time, several years. And the one sign of identifying whether or not somebody's true chosen or fake chosen is how they talk about other people in their niche. Let me explain. Now, there are a few people that I subscribe to because they have different approaches to different things. Some of them talk about certain areas of life, and some of them talk about other areas of life, and some of them talk about the whole gamut. So what I do is I glean my information in regards to what that person is delivering. A good student does that. And for those of you who haven't watched the video called The Good Student, you might want to check that out because good students do their research. We're at a time now where people are starting to look at life differently. I watched a 60 Minutes clip online about the Great Resignation. A lot of you are already familiar with it because of what we're going through with the economy right now. The lockdown has produced a certain mentality in people, one good and one bad. I'll talk about the bad one first. And the bad one is that you have people that figure, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to go back to work and do anything because my situation was already messed up before this thing started. Then the lockdown occurred. It made it worse. I'm throwing my hands up in the air and I'm out the rat race. I'm not going to try anymore. I'm just going to get by the best way I can get by. I'm not going to trust anybody. I don't care I just don't care. I just don't care. That's the bad ones. And then a lot of these people who do get their money, they either obtain it illegally, or they scam, or they might, to the extreme, go on social media and proclaim themselves a prophet or whatever the case may be in an effort to try to scam people out of money. And unfortunately, it is happening. And they'll use buzzwords of the day like chosen and gifted, and they'll address certain psychological illnesses that are popular that people talk about, like narcissism and things like that. They use the buzzwords to try to get an audience from people in order to monetize their platform, receive donations, etc., etc. And they'll go around calling themselves gifted, chosen, or whatever, when what they actually did is they sat down and binged watched a whole bunch of videos from different people, took the most common points, and put together a video and claimed that it was their vision when it wasn't. And there's a way that you could do this and find out who is speaking similar language, and the format is the same. All you have to do is do a search. Go on your favorite search engine, search that particular term, and when you put in that term, that gives you all the people that are speaking on it. And when you start watching some of them, not all of them, they're telling the same message, same format, and even some of them are even copying each other's buzzwords. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with quoting someone when you're delivering your message, but make sure it's your message. So these people are scamming folks. And unfortunately, during the lockdown, people had a chance to look at their situation, look at their life. And part of the reason why there was a great resignation, it wasn't even about money anymore. And up until then, it was. See, when people were locked down, they had more time on their hands. They had a chance to see what was going on at home. They had a chance to see what was going on in their life. And they had a chance to see what was going on with the other people in their life. And they realized that there were some things that were unaddressed that had nothing to do with money or a job or anything material. There were some mental issues that needed to be addressed. There were some psychological issues that needed to be addressed. There were some relationship issues that needed to be addressed. And they traced it back to the fact that they were working too much to try to make money and ignored the situation and got out of control. So now it's about time management. It's not so much about material wealth anymore. It's shifting over to mental stability. Mental stability is now the new platinum. You know, everybody's on the mental bandwagon now, trying to address issues, talking about the issues, and that's a good thing because see, the damage has already been done in their lives. They see the results of it. They understand now that money doesn't solve everything as far as dealing with people. They understand the value of time. So a lot of people are taking positions that when they are offered a position, they're taking positions that pay less. Some of them significantly less. I was one of them than the job they had before the pandemic. But because of that, they have the extra time to exercise their gifts and to be able to pursue their own goals. Go into a side hustle, go into a business of their own, a side business. They might still continue to work the job that they have, but that job offers them the freedom to be more creative, to be able to live the life that they want to live, do some of the things that they've always wanted to do because they have more time. So that creates a better, more stable mindset. So I say this to say this. People are not as easily influenced anymore because they're paying attention to their mental. And as a warning to those of you who are out there that are trying to use spirituality or enlightenment or whatever you want to call it as a means solely for financial gain, you're in trouble. You're in trouble because your audience is changing. And for some of you, your numbers are going down. Your numbers are going down, and you're wondering why. You're wondering why because people are peeping out the game. So what I suggest you do is take a hiatus from whatever platform you're on and really tune into yourself and develop a true spiritual relationship or reconnect. And when you come back, you do it in a pure head space and a pure heart space. Because the jig is up. The jig is up. So, if you're doing this, get what you can, because it's not going to last much longer, because people's mindsets are changing. There are a few that are still stuck in the rat race, but people are beginning to identify what it is. And for those of you who have been in it for a long time trying to, profess your message and, trying to get people wise and try to wake them up in regards to how the world works, I applaud you. But, it's time for you to reap your harvest because people are finally beginning to realize you are right. You're not a weirdo. You're not a space cadet. You're not. So you are getting your just due now. You're getting your reward. Thank you for your effort because people like you have encouraged me to come out and speak. And I'm just a regular person just like everybody else. And it really... I deliberated over a long time whether or not to even do this because of fear. So I thank you for this. But those of you that are doing this as a scam, give it up. Give it up. Because the numbers are increasing. People are becoming more aware of who they are and what they're dealing with and what they're exposed to. Your game is about to be up. So, just let it go. So... with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I just felt the need to say something, kind of like a little warning. And those of you who are waking up, welcome, welcome. We need to change all of the damage that's going on in this world. And the only way that's going to happen is that we got to wake up from the slumber. So I thank you very much for your attention. I wish you power, prosperity, peace. I can't talk today. Power, prosperity, peace, and power. And protection. Yeah, the protection, because I said power twice. Anyway, I just woke up, guys. Give me a break. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.